imaginary fantasy experience while awake, especially one of happy, pleasant thoughts, hopes, or ambitions. They are often connected with some type of emotion. Composers, novelists, and filmmakers developing new ideas through daydreaming.
Becoming a strut model or a strut dancer, it takes so much dedication and commitment that it's unreal. It almost takes more than the staff, you know, because the dancers and the models are working non-stop weekly. We used to rehearse the entire summer, and now we've scrunched everything into a month's worth of boot camp. Just because the productions have become so upon demand, where we're now having to do 2 a year, which is a smaller number for a lot of people, but when you're putting on a mass production with 40 to 60 people on deck, not to mention the crews, and the tech teams and the backstaging and hair and makeup, we can go anywhere from 70 to 80 people working on one production at one time, and have anywhere between 400 to 700 people attend. It's a lot. It's a lot on one's shoulders to perform in a Selah production, especially strut production. Man, it gets really overwhelming, but we have such a team factor and a family relationship that there's nothing that can get in between us. I mean, we go out and we work together as well as play together, and we bond. We have group counseling sessions on the weekends, and we rehearse hard during the week, and we get the job done. We get everything accomplished that we set out to do in the beginning, and we form bonds that will never break, and they're long-lasting throughout the years. Sometimes I go out and I see people that are together from 2005 and 2007 that formed a relationship in a Selah production, and they're still together now, and I think that's incredible. That's something that is very irreplaceable. What other production company can you come to and leave with longtime friends and people that you'll always remember?
Don't forget to use the middle of the runway, ladies. You're falling off with concussions and broken ankles.
After a Selah production, we usually give an offer to the talent to stay and remain with Selah Productions under our daughter branch model agency called Selah Model and Company. And this is actually pretty exciting as well, because so many, you take 30 to 40 different people who come in, and then on top of that you get talent, which we consider poets, dancers, band musicians, and they don't want to leave because they got such good feedback, such good instruction and on how to become a better artist and a better model, that they want to stay under our guidance and our leadership, and they give us so much respect, and they see the value that we see in them and the interest that we want to show to the world, and they don't want to leave. So we started the Selah Model and Company Model and Talent Booking Agency, which has went over extremely well. We've done so much work in the community, national and international campaigns and commercials, which we didn't expect this at all. We wanted to keep it going to kind of help us with experience under the school, with a model school, and it turned into something way bigger than that, a national agency where people would call in from across the world and use our models. So you can go on to any major website for model and talent booking agencies and not see a difference in the talent that you will find in Tulsa, Oklahoma with Selah Modeling Company. Another good incentive about coming to a Selah production is that we have our own design label called Selah Couture. Everything is made from scratch, handmade, best quality. It's amazing because you can actually come and enjoy a fashion play as well as see wonderful models, great talent, and actually feel like you're in New York or at a major show in California or some type of fashion complex because you can actually buy or purchase something that you like on the stage. So it's really nice. It's a lot of hard work that goes into making these clothes. A lot of people think that we may just purchase them ourselves or go into our own closets and have 30 models pull out 30 different outfits, and it's not what we do. We actually hand make the clothes, and we actually ask other handmade designers to come in and show their quality clothes. So maybe they can get the community to support all of our designs. It's about coming together and working together as one unit to bring fashion as a whole back to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Any Selah production, I mean, it's difficult. It takes a lot of effort and hard work and complete 100% dedication. There cannot be any loose ends that are not taken care of. At a moment's notice, anything can go wrong. Oh my God, we have what we call this the strut curse, because everything goes wrong around strut. Computers crash, phones crash, things get cut off, things just happen to go wrong. We go through so many hurdles trying to put a strut production on. It's incredible, but at the end of the day, the teamwork and the dedication from not just the staff, but just the models, dancers, even the community, and how they stand behind us and they get the rails and they pull, you know, and we just get this big machine going. And then you have another strut production, Selah Productions, and it's phenomenal. We have standing ovations. We have a standing room only underneath our belt. That's really, really important for the community to know that you might not get a chance to see what it is we're doing, because there's so many other people that are interested in behind Selah Productions, and whatever kind of production we put out, the community is there for us, and that's one of the reasons why I love Tulsa. A lot of young people are trying to get out, but we have something very special here, and a lot of older Tulsans can really see it and recognize it, especially in our youth. The designs, they take a lot of work. Sometimes I stay up all night, no eating. My son, I mean, he puts in more sacrifice than I do because he wants his mom, but, you know, in the end, this is all for him and the legacy that we're both going to leave behind for Tulsa. And the same goes towards the staff, and everybody just puts in so much work. And I just want to get the point across that this is not easy. This is not some type of cute habit or something that we're just doing for fun or trying to form a model group or another fashion show. This is something with longevity that has a purpose and a goal and an intent behind it. And I think that's why people are so attracted to it. The goal of Selah Productions, of course everyone knows, is to have a House of Selah. It's kind of something that's been going on without it being a goal. It just kind of manifested itself just because everybody bonded and clicked together, and we relied on each other. As a designer and a producer, I needed models and I needed talent, I needed dancers, I needed people to put together what I had in my mind. And they also needed me in a type of way where I became an outlet and a source for them. And it just became a place where the Selah House, we had our meetings there, which was my house. And every single one of my houses that I've been into, for the past couple of years, they come, and some people ask to stay and live there. And while we're there, we are family, and we also work together. And they work for the company, to pay their wages as far as payment or rent. No one ever got charged for that. It was always studying, reading, learning things about yourself and growing while you stayed at the Selah house. That was mandatory. Self-respect, cleaning up, different things like that was always mandatory, but no one ever had to pay anything. And that just kind of grew into something that if you ever needed something, you can always call, Tierra and stay at the house of Selah. And if you were going to be there, you're going to definitely have to do a lot of reading and doing some stuff for the productions, hands down. But it was a free place to stay, and there was always room. And that's kind of how the whole concept of the House of Selah, the Fashion Institute, became a reality. Before it was even a goal, it became a reality. So I think God had a lot to do with that. And right now it's just about putting it on paper and getting other people who are not really involved in Selah Productions to know what the Selah House is about and how necessary it is to have a fashion institute. I mean, you think about it. You've got Midwest taking over East Coast and West Coast. You've got things like American Idol. You've got the Next Top Model. You've got all these different types of reality shows and elite management and forward agency. And where do they get their meat of the talent? The bulk of their money comes from the Midwest. We've got our young, fresh talent leaving Tulsa and everywhere else around this region to go somewhere else with a 1% chance of making it. So what happens to the other 9% that don't get in? The industry, what happens to them? So we're losing a lot of ourselves, a lot of our culture, a lot of our young people, because we're releasing them out to some other place where it's okay to be in the industry and forget about school and teaching, forget about what's important in your morals and yourself, and go out there and try and make it, even though the percentage rate is incredibly low. I think that the House of Selah would really change an entire region, because we're going to be here to train, to educate, and to create depth and quality and industry skill. And instead of releasing them to the industry will come here. And I think that's just going to put Tulsa back on the map, how it used to be, especially during Black Wall Street, and how it used to be such an incredible time and era and wealth. And I think that time is ready to recycle itself and start with Selah Productions and the House of Selah.
Show what you working with.